Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. If you go back just a few months ago, I did a little review on this DR350S, 93 DR350S. I've owned the bike for a long time, over 20 years I think. And I know a lot of you guys come here for the CT125 content, but I've got a few followers that really like the DR. They may have one or may have had one. This is a good, iconic, solid machine. It's been good to me. It's never made me walk. I've got close to 20,000 miles on it now. Cody and I, if you follow along on the BDR series, Cody and I just finished up the first half of the MA BDR in April. So I want to do a quick video because I did some upgrades right before I went. So I pretty much did most of the upgrades after the fact of the review video. It was pretty close to stock during the review video. So the BDR kind of made me see some strengths and weaknesses, and so I decided to do a couple little things. And what I want to do is go over them with you guys. If you got a DR350 that's all factory, you might like some of this stuff, you may not, but I just thought maybe I'd do a quick review of the goodies I put on it and what they do to help me and how they hopefully will help in the future. So without rambling on too much, let's go ahead and go over it. So I think before on the previous video I had these Pro Taper bars on it already, but I didn't have these hand guards. This is a Cerebe's hand guards, and I'm going to drop a link below for all this stuff. These things are universal. They'll work on any bike. But let's grab up the camera here, get my ugly mug off of here, and walk around. I'll show you guys what and all's here, even if it was on here before, and we'll go over it some. So here we go. Alright, so first thing, we'll start at the rear of the bike. This is a Ukrainian-made pannier rack, and it is super lightweight. I think that's 16 millimeter. I'm not sure the schedule of the piping, but unfortunately, it's probably going to be nearly impossible to get one right now. I actually got this about 2 weeks before the war. I ordered it, and it usually takes about 3 to 4 months to get one. I think they build them to order, but I got it about 2 weeks before the war broke out over there. And so thinking about all those guys over there in that crazy world, but they did a heck of a job building this rack. So I mount my giant loop bags on each side, and then I've got a 60-liter dry bag that I put up here. But that thing, it basically, you take the rear grab bar off. And some DRs did come with a small rack like that up here, but you take all that off and this just goes right in its place. It comes with all the spacers and all that good stuff. I do have another video on the channel installing this. So all right, so that I'll try to drop a link below, but you guys might want to make a phone call before you order that. It's probably not going to be able to get one right now, unfortunately. I do have an LED bulb in this. This was a little dim, and had John Boy polish this up for me. So rear tail light. I did get a new rim. I discovered that, well, new to me. I discovered that on the trip it was bent, and it's always been a tiny bit bent, but it was bent enough to where it was hard on the bearings. So I found a guy on the 350 pages that had this rim and a D606 tire on it already. So that's a really good tire, by the way. I rode the BDR with the K270 Kenda, and nothing bad to say about that tire either. And I had a flat, but was able to fix it on the trail. But this has been a great tire here. It's a little hard because it's old, but I do believe when I buy a new rear tire, I'll be going back with a 606 like that, Dunlop. All right, so the other thing that you might see that I didn't have before is this DG exhaust. Now, this is a factory exhaust header, and this is a DG, I believe they call that their O series exhaust pipe, and that is for a DR650 actually. And I modified it a little bit. Didn't take much, just had to kind of weld some stuff right there on it. I think maybe, if I remember correctly, we just had to kind of weld up some. It had slices in it, so it would clamp down around that, and I just had to weld up some places on there, and that took care of that, no problem. And Mounting it up wasn't bad. I just had to, it actually mounted one of the spots in the factory location, and then I made a little bracket off of this rack to this back one. And that's all it took, and it's got I ordered a brand new spark arresters up in there, got that done. Also, I believe on the earlier review, I had the factory seat that I had cut down. Now, that helped a lot on seat height because I'm 5'9", and I got the bike lowered as much as it'll lower. But this is actually good for the for the backside on long trips. It's not like riding a pizza cutter wheel like the factory seat is. This is a Seat Concepts low comfort, is what they call that. Not as in it's low comfort, it's low height and a comfortable seat. But I'll drop a link below for this. They're a little pricey, but that thing has been the single best thing I've done to this bike. That made me get off of the bike every 50 miles or so, and now I can actually ride it 100 miles without hurting. So that's a good thing, and it's been a good seat so far. Okay, now on the trip, if you go back and watch my BDR series, I think on section 3, I ran out of gas about 3 or 4 times. And well, not necessarily just on 3, but anyway, I had the factory tank. It holds 2.6 gallons, and I actually had the carburetor a little bit off because I had jetted it 4 sizes bigger than factory with a Dynojet kit for this pipe, and it was running great, but it was using a little extra fuel, as you can see the dark there. And so, long story short, I was getting about 50 miles per gallon, and 2.6 gallons, you're not going far. I kept running out of fuel. So this is a Cerebes 4.25 gallon tank. It's got dual petcocks. You see we got some DEI heat shield around there, and I use Motion Pro fuel line. This really good fuel line, wide it off here, try to keep it away from the head as good as possible. And there's your other petcock there. It's got a really nice reserve, 4.25 gallons. I also went ahead and fixed the carburetor back like it's supposed to. Got a couple of these nice bullet filters. I don't know if you guys can see it. We'll get upside down here and look in there maybe. Let's see. No, I don't have my flashlight, but this screw right here, if you can see it, is an aftermarket adjuster screw for the air mixture, and it works really good. That air mixture screw from the factory is capped off, and you can't adjust it, so you got to take a drill bit and get that out, and then you got to use a screwdriver, and it's a pain in the neck. And there's a company, I don't remember the name, but like I said, I'll drop a link below, so you can just turn it on the fly. But once you get it set, you don't have to worry about it anyway. But all right, so did that, and this tank comes with this nice cap. Now this is just an Amazon check valve instead of having that big looped up thing. Like I said, this is the Pro Taper SE bars. I had them on previously. Of course, the quad lock, you guys know about that. This is that green, that company, green something, for my phone charger. Now this I just got. This is a dual action charger here. You can turn it on, off, or you can turn it to where it reads battery voltage while it charges, so that's pretty cool. I got my other one wet and messed it up, so this is a new one. We're going to try it out, and it's supposed to be for a boat, so waterproof or weatherproof, whatever. And again, like I said, this is a Cerebes hand guards. This is the, I forget the name of them. Like, I'll drop a link below, but they're really good. This looks plastic, but it actually is metal inside this plastic coating here. Might be able to see it somewhere. Yeah, if you look real close right there, you can kind of see it. So, but those fit really well. No problems there. And that's about it. Still got the K270 on the front. Oh, I did get some new rear brake pads. I did the red EBC brake pads, but I have not put them on yet. I sprayed some stop squeal on here on the pads to see if it would help. I've been getting a lot of noise, and I thought they were wore out, but they're not. So, and I'm having a heck of a time getting these pins out. So I kept coating those with some Kroll. We'll see what happens. But yeah, so after rejetting the carburetor, I got it back to getting about 62 miles per gallon. So 62 miles per gallon, 4.25, that's pretty good. You can go close to 300 miles on that, so I'm pretty happy with that. And that's about it, guys. It's still one of my favorite bikes. and I'll give $800 for it 20 years ago, so it's just hard to complain about a machine that hadn't made you walk. That's also a new O-ring chain, X-ring chain from RK on there, I believe. And no, that's a JT. I believe that's a JT chain. And it's got one lower than stock front sprocket, so it's a 14-2 sprocket on the front. So that really just about sums it up. Everything else is pretty much stock on it. Oh yeah, one thing I did do that I did to all my bikes at the same time, and I have a video on it, is I put one of these battery tender charger things on there that goes straight to the battery, and I bought me an air compressor that works off of this, and I also have another USB dual port charger to hook to that too, so sort of a multi-function thing there. Got a little cap here for it, but I think that's about it, guys. I still got the factory clutch in it, as far as I know, factory internals in the engine. So I think I did put one of those Sylvania, one of the better Sylvania headlight bulbs that they make, the blue streak or whatever it is. Might try to upgrade that to LED one day. I see pretty good with that light there though. It's pretty good. So ProMotion cable, I may have had it before for the clutch. I did put that in there. It was getting kind of hard to press or pull in. So, well, that's going to be it for today, guys. I appreciate you guys stopping by the channel. It's just a little quick video I thought I'd do on this DR. It's been a great machine. I know I've said that a million times, but I can't stress it enough. It just really has been a good bike. We did almost 1,200 miles on it on the BDR. Other than a flat tire and it using a little bit too much fuel, which was my fault. It did great. It rides good. It drives good. I may do a fresh piston and rings on it next winter. It uses just a little bit of oil when it's really revved up on the highway, but what machine doesn't? I mean, I got it. It's turning pretty good bit of RPMs because of that lower front sprocket, but it is a 6-speed, so that helps it some. But great machine, guys. No complaints. I appreciate you guys coming by the channel. Smash that like button. Think about subbing to the channel if you hadn't. Appreciate each and every one of you guys. And come back for the next one, guys. Thank you.